In this presentation, we'll talk a little bit about academic writing. By the end of this presentation, you should be able to define academic writing, understand how and why you can use academic writing across disciplines, and list the major characteristics of academic writing. Academic writing refers to a specific type of writing used across disciplines that follows particular conventions. Academic writing is used not only in the classroom, as the name might imply, but also in other professional fields, such as in journals, newspapers, scientific studies, the average business workplace, and more. So why use academic writing? Academic writing is used to communicate and build knowledge in the community and in the world. Scholars use academic writing to write articles and conduct studies. Then other scholars build on that work by either adding to it or by refuting it with new or different evidence. In this way, to use academic writing is to join a conversation with other people in a particular field with the sole purpose of building knowledge and making progress. Another example of academic writing that might hit closer to home is writing in the classroom. In a writing class, students use academic writing to improve their writing skills. They write essays, they work in groups to edit each other's work, and they learn how to take the skills they learned and apply them to other courses. In the workplace, employees use academic writing to communicate with each other through emails, memos, reports, resumes, and cover letters in order to build on and make improvements to their business. So overall, academic writing can be useful across many disciplines, and learning how to use this skill can benefit you throughout your life academically, professionally, and intellectually. Now that you have an idea what academic writing is, let's go over some of its major characteristics. First, remember that the goal of writing academically is to join a conversation. You should always state your purpose for writing clearly and explicitly. Your readers shouldn't have to guess what it is you're trying to say. And you should also write what you think. For example, after learning about systemic racism, how does that make you feel? What do you think should be done about it? The purpose here is to share your opinion with others and to let your voice be heard. You have the power to change the world you live in. Academic writing also requires you to respond and question what other people have said or written. If your friend tells you that marijuana should be illegal in all cases and you disagree with that argument, you should ask why and present your own arguments in response. Remember that just because someone has an opinion, even if you really admire or look up to that person, you shouldn't feel obligated to agree. Instead, you should question everything always and be skeptical until you feel you have enough evidence to support a particular argument. Keeping this mindset is key to writing academically. Another characteristic of academic writing is using a particular style and tone. In general, you should aim to use a semi-formal tone, one that's respectful and appropriate, but also conversational and not too stuffy. Avoid using slang, common text abbreviations, and emojis in academic writing. Don't use outdated or fancy language that you wouldn't normally use in a conversation, words like hitherto and henceforth. Instead, use concise and direct wording that's easy to follow and understand. Here's an example of a sentence that's too wordy. Therefore, in our world today, climate change, above all other issues, is causing so many problems that it's hard to keep track of all of them, and this issue needs to be addressed. A better and more concise way to write this might be, climate change is a major issue in our world today that needs to be addressed. Using complicated wording can make it difficult for your reader to stay on track. Plus, your professors can always tell when you've added extra words just to meet an assignment's word count. Use proper grammar, spelling, and punctuation. Doing so will help you gain your readers' respect. For example, a cover letter that is riddled with errors is likely to be passed up by a potential employer. Plus, we use basic spelling and grammar conventions for a reason. They provide clarity and ensure successful communication, both qualities that are essential for academic writing. The next characteristic of academic writing that we're going to focus on is organization. Most writing formats require you to organize your writing by including an introduction, body paragraphs, and a conclusion. The introduction should work to introduce your topic, working from general ideas to more specific ideas, often ending with your thesis. Your thesis should clearly state your overall purpose for writing, while your body paragraphs should work to support the thesis. Each body paragraph should focus on one main supporting point, using a variety of claims and evidence that supports your thesis, and should begin with a topic sentence that states what that paragraph will be about. You should also use clear transitions to move from point to point. Finally, you should end with a clear conclusion that wraps up your thesis and main points, and sometimes calls on your reader to respond in some way. All of these are important elements of organization in academic writing that provide your readers with clear and familiar cues so they can easily follow and understand your writing. Finally, providing solid evidence to support your claims is a crucial part of academic writing. Always use sources that are trustworthy and unbiased. After all, your goal is to add to the academic conversation on your topic and build on previous research that others have worked hard to publish. Your reader will have a hard time taking you seriously if you don't take the time to do your own research and find quality sources to support your arguments. One way to gain your reader's respect is to include multiple perspectives on the topic that you're discussing. Addressing the opposing point of view and showing why your argument is stronger will help to persuade your reader that you're up to date with the current academic conversation on your topic and that your argument deserves to be considered. Be sure to also give credit to the sources you use and include proper citations in your writing. So, in a nutshell, academic writing is an important skill to acquire and can be useful both inside and outside of the classroom. In this presentation, we discussed the definition of academic writing, how and why you can use academic writing across disciplines, and the major characteristics of academic writing. Thanks for watching.